Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. Long time no see. Ooh. Oh my gosh, sorry. I'm still feeling a little bit sleepy myself, to be honest. But hi, welcome. I hope you guys are all having a lovely weekend. Well, it's like kind of the end of the weekend, so I hope you guys all had like a good weekend. Um, I don't know what to say. I keep saying sorry. Like, I have to say sorry. I feel like I didn't want to cancel streams this weekend. I was really looking forward to streaming, but work had me so tired because like okay, let me tell you the whole thing that had really happened today. I really do apologize. So at my job, in case you don't know, I work at an English preschool. And so Friday was our preschool sports festival. So if you don't know, in Japan, it's like sports festival. Like for some, it's like a school event that happens every year at like any school or kindergarten or whatever. At every school that you go to in Japan, you're pretty much gonna have like a sports day, like a special event where like there's like sports events to do all day or whatever. And it's like a big part of school life here in Japan. It's like a big school event. So our school had ours, and it was a time. It was a time. It was hectic, very hectic. We're all running around making sure everything's trying to go smoothly for the kids and the parents, and we're also taking care of the kids. And some of the kids were crying because it's like, okay, you got to separate from your mommy, but you don't worry, your mommy's gonna be watching you. But they're still crying because they don't want to go away from their parents. And I'm just like, okay. And it was crazy. It was also really hot that day. Like, it was, I guess you could technically say that the weather was great or whatever because there were no clouds. I'm not joking. The sun was shining down and it was hot, okay? It was like in the 80s Fahrenheit wise. Fahrenheit wise. But there wasn't like, it wasn't really windy. There wasn't a lot of wind that day. So it was very hot. Um, and I was just like, bro, it's so fucking hot. I had a hat on and everything, but girl, I was still so fucking hot. I had a towel with me to wipe my forehead because I was sweating, and of course we were all trying to keep hydrated, and we were making sure that the kids are also keeping hydrated. They all had their water bottles, so we're making sure that they were hydrated as well. Which is why you worried about some of the kids who were crying, because as you guys know, when you naturally cry, you like your body temperature heats up, and some of these kids, I'm just like, oh my gosh, their heads are really hot. So I'm just like, I hope they're not overheating. You know what I mean? But oh my goodness, it was a time. And then of course after the whole and then of course after the whole shebang, we had to like clean up ourselves. So oh my gosh, it was very tiring. And I woke up on Saturday with my entire body sore. It was like I had done like a full body workout at the gym, and my entire body was just sore. Very sore. And I was like, ouch. 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 I was so sore and tired. So when I came home on Friday, I was like, I can't stream in these conditions. And then I came home, and then yesterday I was still tired, and I was just like, I also cannot stream in these conditions. So, and then I tried to wake up for the Starman karaoke today, but waking up early on a Sunday when I was still very tired was like, nope. So I do want to apologize, and also I want to apologize to the Temper Dawn server for not being able to participate. But I'm sure that all of you guys were amazing, that I couldn't participate because I did want to sing, but I just woke up. I tried to get. I woke up basically like my alarm went off, and I was just like, I cannot do this. I am sleepy. I'm gonna fall asleep in the middle of my song. But yeah, it was tiring, so it's fine. I apologize. It kind of goes quiet to normal and then quiet. That's weird. Here, let me turn my gain back up. Hello. Let me turn my gain back up then. I did have my gain down a little bit lower, but wait. It's probably the gain on my microphone. It's a little bit. Oh, yep. The gain on my microphone went down. Wait, no. That's a different type. Here's the gain. Is that the gain in the right direction? Let me see. I think that's the wrong direction. I can't tell if that's the right direction for the gain or not. Yeah. Okay, wait. There we go. That's the right direction. I might have been messing with some settings when I was doing ASMR, so probably was on settings that made it look quieter when I was recording ASMR. Oh, since my last couple streams have been ASMR, that I had been recording ASMR, so my mic was probably still set to ASMR settings. I'm just in a way to test volume. I had to look at it to make sure I was looking at my bar. But nah, you guys are amazing for being so patient. But nope, I was tired. And I'm still tired. But I gotta go back to work tomorrow. My body still feels sore. All I know is that after the sports festival, I was just like, Jesus, I still feel out of weight. Still kind of sound tired. I am still tired. Even though I did nothing. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I got my first paycheck finally for my job on Friday. So I was like, ooh, maybe I should, like, you know, go out somewhere. Maybe I should go to, like, the onsen. Man, my body was so fucking sore this weekend. I didn't go anywhere. I'm so serious. I did not go anywhere. I was too fucking tired. I just stayed home. And I stayed mostly in bed. Ugh. I was just like, I'm too tired. I'm too tired. And I have to still go to work tomorrow. Not enough time. Not enough time. I feel like I don't have enough time. I feel like I know it's just work and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm just like, ugh, why am I so tired? Or rather, why am I so out of shape? You know? But I honestly just think it was like having to work in the heat. You know what I mean? Because when you work in the heat just saps all your energy. Konbanwa! Saiki no desu ka? Kite kurete arigatou. But yeah, when you work it in the heat, it just kind of saps all of your energy. You know what I mean? Like, all your energy is just gone because you're working in the heat as well. And that's one thing I realized. That's why I hate summer. Honestly, these next few months, I'm really, really dreading. I'm really dreading these next few months because I know it's gonna be like hot, and I'm just like, I'm not looking forward to it, y'all. And like, I gotta go outside with these kids, you know? When these kids go outside to play, I gotta go with them. So I'm like, oof. How's my week? My week's okay. My week was okay. Besides that, my week was fine. Just tired from Friday, but and besides that, my week was okay. Just tired. Tired. I'm tired of being tired, though. Thank you for the redeem. Okay, you want to ada. Okay. It's gonna be a tired sounding ada though, but okay. Ada. Anyway, I know it's just the heat just takes all your fucking energy, and then for me, I'm more susceptible to the heat because of the meds I'm on, so I Gotta be super duper careful and make sure I stay super duper hydrated. Sports drinks have been a lifesaver. Because, you know, they got the electrolytes too and stuff. So. It's important. Oh, something's in my throat. So it's important, you know. Oh no, not sunburn. Oh, that's not fun. I'm pretty sure I went a little bit darker on Friday. I'm pretty sure I've gone a bit darker. Yeah, you gotta be careful about sun. Yeah, you gotta be careful about the sun. Make sure that you have lots of sunscreen. You know? You gotta be careful. Make sure that you have sunscreen. Make sure you have lots and lots. Make sure you got the sunscreen, cause it's not, sir, I'm not sure the peeling wasn't painful. I guess. But still, you gotta be careful when you're out here in the sun. At least, you know what's the funny thing though? At least I get like plenty of vitamin D here. Because before, actually, back when I was in the US, it was back during the pandemic, like a little bit during. And so I was doing remote work. So I wasn't really going outside. You know what I mean? So I wasn't really going outside, and so I would go to the doctor, and my doctor would do my blood work, and my doctor's like, you have, like, my doctor's like, you got a vitamin D deficiency. And I'm like, well, how do I get more vitamin D? And she's like, well, usually we get it from the sunlight, like from the sun. And I'm just like, well, that explains it, because I haven't been going outside. I'm like, that explains it. I don't really go outside. I didn't really go outside during that time, so I was like, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Now here, I don't have a vitamin D deficiency, but I do have an iron deficiency because I don't eat as much beef as I used to. I don't eat as much red meat as I used to because I'm in Japan and, you know. Oh, a farmer's tan? Farmer's tan is kind of funny. I have definitely gotten a farmer's tan before, though, and it lasted me all summer, so they ain't fun. Because it was on my fucking feet from, like, my shoes. I was just like, bro, are you serious? And it lasted, like, the entire, like, summer. It lasted, like, 3 months. I was like, what the hell? And I know what you're thinking, like, oh, at least nobody would really see it. And I'm like, yeah, but I would see it. And I would be like, Josh just looks dumb. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to the heat and stuff. And it's not even technically summer. Summer doesn't technically start until next month, but it's already hot over here. Oh, it's too hot. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. I just want to sleep. I just want to sleep. I can't go anywhere without AC. And that's the funny thing, is that of course I'm here. Now the good thing is that the place that I'm at, we do have AC, but at the same time I'm just like, I just don't like it. I don't know. At this point, I miss the cold. I want the cold back. Bring it back to me. It's too hot. I can't take this because at least when it's cold, I'm not sweating like a... At least it's still, at least when it was cold, I wasn't sweating like a motherfucker. And also, when I turn on my water, the water's coming out hot now. That's when I know that it's summer, because the water's coming out hot now, not cold. I have to run it longer for cold. Oh, I already have a mini fan. I got a mini fan. I have a parasol. I did bring a hat. I did buy a hat though, because since I'm working with kids, I obviously can't bring my parasol with me. So like I have to wear my hat instead. So I have my hat and I have my mini fan that I mostly use in the office, because sometimes the AC isn't on, but sometimes it isn't. Because, you know, some people are just like, I feel cold with the AC on. And I'm like, how are you feeling cold? It's hot outside. So I have my own mini fan with me that I like to, like, you know, have on me, you know. I'm also going to invest in buying some cooling wipes again, so I can, like, wipe myself down when I get to work. It's not fun when you're going to go take a shower and you're like, ugh, I need to cool down, and you have your settings on the cold water setting, and then what comes out immediately is like warm water. And you're like, what the fuck? Why is this warm? I think so. I'm just like, you know, it's summer now because the company has already started putting out, you know, those frozen water drinks and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's how you know. That's how you know, you know? Hot when it's cold and you get lukewarm. I guess. But still, I mean, it is true that usually in the winter I have to use like a cup when I'm brushing my teeth, because if I go straight from to the pipe, it's too cold for me then. But uh I know, I gotta stay hydrated, and I do. I do make sure to stay hydrated, because if I don't stay hydrated, then I get a headache afterwards, and I'm just like, uh-oh, here it comes. So usually on my lunch break, I usually go get something to eat at the combini, because there's a convenience store nearby my job that's like a short walk. So that's what I usually do. Is while I'm there, I get a fun drink, and then I get like a sports drink to also drink, so that I stay hydrated. Yeah, that's why I usually get the sports drinks down here, because they have those electrolytes too. They're very helpful, to make sure that I don't get a headache from, you know, not hydrating. Because I do get like those headaches, because it's like a certain type of headache that you get when you know you haven't been hydrated enough. And you're like, ah, damn, I know it. I haven't been hydrated enough, so here comes the headache. Again. I guess people also recommend to eat like something salty, I think. But like it has to be like a specific salt, I think. I forgot what time it is, but it's like you have to take a specific sort of salt. Well, we do need salt though, because without salt we can't break down the water, I think. That's usually how it goes. You need to make sure you want sodium. That's what I mean by salt. Where do you think the sodium comes from? You know what I mean? That's where the sodium comes from, of course. So you gotta make sure that you take the sodium. Oh my gosh, I keep on yawning. Honestly, it would be going to bed early, but I think I am going to do that tonight. I'm just gonna go to bed early, I think. Perhaps it'd be better for me to just go to bed early tonight. I already did my dailies after all, and did my dailies. I wanted to play more of the new Alliance raid, but I'm just so sleepy. Maybe I'll just play one thing of it and then I'll just go to bed. I already brushed my teeth. Well, not brush my teeth. I already took a shower, washed my hair, because I knew that my hair was probably stinking after all the sweat that I had. That's why it's also important to have hair, guys. I forgot how important hair can be, because hair is what also catches your sweat. Well, it's just one run, you know? But it's also important because hair is what catches your sweat. Like, I forgot this, but I just realized, like, bald people, they just must be having sweat rolling off them because they don't have any hair to catch it. Just remembered that. I'm like, bald people don't have any hair to catch their sweat. How are they? Isn't it getting into their... And I'm like, well, I don't think it's getting into their eyes because they still have eyebrows, right? They still have eyebrows. So, like, it's not like the sweat gets into their eyes. Have you guys ever got sweat into your eyes? I have, and it's not fun. Ugh, it burns. I'm so serious. It fucking burns many times. It sucks balls, man. That shit burns. Yep, it's all that salt. I know, right? And I'm just like, ah. The first time it happened to me was when I was like in middle school. It was my first day of middle school, and I was really nervous because I was also at a new school. So I was like really nervous, and I was sweating so much that day. And then I got salt, and then I got sweat into my eye. And I was just like, ah, it burns. Like opening your eyes under seawater. I guess so, yeah. But fun fact, I don't know how to swim, so I've never gone underwater. I don't know how to swim myself. I should learn how to swim, but I don't know how to swim. I just never learned. You know what I mean? I mean, I feel like I should learn how to swim. It would be smart. Because usually when I go to, and then you're probably wondering, so what happens when you go to pools or like this beach or whatever? I just stand in the water. I'm serious, I don't swim. I'm just standing in the water at that point. Because I can't swim. So I make sure that I don't go in too deep and that my feet are always touching the ground since I don't know how to swim. I should learn, I know, but I just have not. Is my computer hot? Okay, no, it's not. My computer got really hot yesterday, and I was like, "Why are you so hot?" This is weird. Maybe I had too many programs open. But yesterday it got really hot, and I was like scared for a minute. Not yesterday, Friday it got really hot, and I was scared for a hot minute. But it's good now. It's cool. Mm. For those of you wondering, yes, I have cleaned out my PC of all the fucking dust. I think I updated you guys on that like a little bit, but a few weeks ago I finally got like an air blaster thing, and I cleaned out my PC. It was so fucking dusty. Oh, it was dusty. I should have worn a mask because I don't think all that dust flying back was smart. Um, but I don't really have dust allergies or anything, so I think I only sneezed like a couple times cleaning it. But make sure y'all keep like your electronics, clean and not dusty. It's important because all that dust can pile up and can make your shit not run well. And so it definitely helped keep my stuff running well. Dip your laptop into the bathtub. Well, I mean, I guess that could just, get the job done too. But yeah, make sure that you keep your electronics clean. Not just your PC, but also your other electronics too. Like, I don't know, I guess maybe your PS, like your consoles, I guess. Like your PS, like your PlayStation if you have one. I think you're supposed to keep those out. Are you? Are you supposed to clean out your PlayStation? I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I never remember cleaning out our PlayStation. I mean, we would dust like the top of it. But I don't know if we kept it like super duper clean. I mean, it ran all right, so it's probably okay. But yeah, make sure that you keep your stuff clean. Keep it clean. It's important. Don't be like me, who lets it pile up. Also, if you have an AC, make sure you clean out your AC. I got my AC cleaned out finally like last month, and I'm so glad that I did because that shit was nasty. That shit was bad. I'm pretty sure that thing had mold on it. The guy came and cleaned it out and everything, and now it's all nice and clean. And honestly, I think it's better because I think my breathing has been better. And now I'm wondering to myself, I'm like, did I get sick from my own AC because I hadn't been cleaning it? You know what I mean? Like, because I hadn't touched the AC since I had moved here. So that was like 3 years of like no cleaning. And so I was thinking to myself, like, did I make myself sick? Because I'm pretty sure there was mold up there. Like, I'm pretty sure there was mold up there. I'd look in and I'd be like, that might be a little bit moldy. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hello. So, yeah, if you have like an air purifier, an air filter, air purifier, air conditioner, fan, whatever, make sure you keep that shit clean because whatever you're breathing in, that could be no good. That could be like no good for you. So, yeah, keep that shit clean, Keep that shit clean. So that you're not breathing in like mold or whatever. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering if that also contributed to me feeling sick these past couple years because sometimes I would be like, oh, I feel terrible. But I would continue to use my AC like nothing, happened. So I really wondered to myself, I'm like, could that have contributed to it, Like, could that have been an issue that I had? It was also me not cleaning out my AC. Well, we'll never know. But I can't say that I feel better, so I don't know if we'll ever know, but I can say that I do feel good, so that's nice. Okay, what else have I been up to lately? That's good. Oh, I've been watching true crime lately. I ever told you guys that I really like documentaries, and so I love watching like true crime documentaries on Netflix. Just finished a series on Netflix. Okay. Oh, you guys remembered. Thank you. Just finished watching the latest season of a series on Netflix called The Worst Ex Ever, which is basically people talking about their exes and how like they almost killed them, or in some cases where they did kill someone and such. And some of these stories were just like so crazy. But then some of them stories also pissed me off because like in some cases if the police had done their job properly, they could have caught the person early on and like less people could have gotten hurt. Like there is a case of like this one guy who had a history of like, you know, assault and domestic abuse. So this woman reports the assault that was on her, and the detective basically brushed it off and was like, we don't have enough evidence, even though they did have evidence, and closed the case, right? And then this dude goes on to kill 2 women. And then, of course, by then he's finally caught and he's given it was like in Florida, so he was given like the death penalty or whatever. So I think he's dead now because it was in Florida, and in Florida they have the death penalty, so I think he's like dead now. But it's just nuts to me because it's like if that detective in the beginning had done their proper job, they could have caught this dude and like had him in jail before he went on to like kill these 2 women. Like these 2 women could have been here if the detective in the first place properly did his job. And he did, and all he got was like and I think the woman who like, you know, did the initial case, she put in a complaint against the guy, but he didn't even get fired. He just got suspended for like 2 weeks. He's still working. Do I support the death penalty? Well, isn't that a loaded question? I don't know what cupcake means. I don't have one if that's what you're asking, but I like to eat them. It's a loaded question. Well, you know what? I don't know. I know that's not like maybe a good answer to have or whatever. But I don't know if I support the death penalty or not. You know? Because in some cases, it worries me that if someone is wrongly accused, you know, I just worry that if they're wrongly accused of something, then they end up getting the death penalty. It's like, oh no. But then there are some cases I hear about where I'm just like, you definitely don't deserve to live anymore. So I have to say, I don't know. I don't know. I'm torn on it, to be honest. Would I like a cupcake? Honestly, I wouldn't go too bad right now. I do have some ice cream in the freezer. That's the thing. That's the only thing for me. I'm a little torn on it. So that's why for me, I personally, I can't. If I get asked, I really say I don't know because I'm just not sure, you know. But that dude, ugh, watching that documentary, I was just like, I hope you burn in hell, dude. He was just an awful guy. Terrible. He reminded me of like, let's see. Oh, there goes my. Aw, oh, come on, VTube Studio. You were doing so well, acting good. But like in that case, that dude was just. You know who he reminded me of? Y'all know about Ted Bundy, right? Like, he wasn't a serial killer like Ted Bundy. I mean, For now, thank God he wasn't. If they didn't lock him up, he could have been. But like one thing, I gotta calibrate 1 second. But one thing about Ted Bundy was the fact that he was charismatic, right? He was charismatic. Isn't Ted the guy that killed mostly women? He killed only women. He was a serial killer. But he used his charm and his good looks to, like, you know, essentially lure women and then kill them, right? This was the same MO with this dude. He was a good looking, attractive dude who was charismatic, and he could just easily get people to, you know, he was very persuasive and charismatic, so he could easily get people to do what he wanted. So he was very manipulative. And that's how his relationships had always started out. It started out okay, and then he would get violent, you know? So that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of the Ted Bundy case, honestly. Because it was like the same MO that this dude was using. Was his looks to lure women, and then, you know. Well, maybe just say that you wish you had charisma. I don't think. Not that I would like to be him, though. Yeah. I think that's fair. Yeah. Trust me. Honestly, after learning about all he did, he never looked like he had any charisma to me. Yeah, you don't want to be like him. You can be charismatic in your own way, you know? Without killing people. That also reminds me that there is also a good documentary on Netflix called The Confession Tapes. It's a series, actually. They got confession tapes for a couple of serial killers, and they have one for Ted Bundy. I did watch that one. That one was interesting. You know what was crazy to me, though? Okay, back to the case I was talking about earlier. You know what was crazy about the case, though? Is that after this guy, right, this dude, so after the guy got arrested, right, he's going through processing, and like, you know how like when somebody gets arrested, there is, you know, time between the trial and like the sentencing and stuff like that, right? So because he killed 2 women, obviously the media was you know, reporting on this guy, you know what I mean? So the media's reporting on this guy, you know, they're talking about him, so you can see his picture and you can see his face. And the weirdest thing is that once he had been on the news, once people had seen his face, he started to get messages, like, to the jail. He started to get letters and messages from women. And this isn't the first time that this has happened. This actually had happened in like previous cases before. But for some odd reason, it's really weird. But when someone is arrested or something and they just so happen to be attractive, they just get, for some odd reason, a bunch of admirers. Yes, it's like exactly that. And they had like recorded calls where women were calling in and wanted to call him baby, and was like, oh, I'd do anything for you. I want to come see you. And like they were and like, since social media is a thing now, this was back I think around 2019 as well, so obviously by now social media is a thing, and so people would post like things on social media of his pictures and edits and talk about, oh my gosh, he's like so hot. And I just was like, what are you talking about? This man killed 2 people. How on earth is that attractive to you? I mean, come on, man. This is an actual person who killed 2 people. Like the, what? And you're just like posting thirst traps of him on TikTok and Instagram? Like, what? I mean, he's killed 2 people and then, you know, assaulted others, so it's like crazy. I can't stay. Bye bye. I was like mind boggled. But I heard of that also happening, you know, for other serial killers as well, like for other criminals too. I think it happened in the Ted Bundy case. He also got a bunch of admirers as well. Bye bye, see you next time. And I'm just like, I don't get it, because for me, even if that person is conventionally attractive, okay, I get it. People are conventionally attractive. People look good. I'm not right, you know? But at the same time, the fact that you're a murderer would kill any sort of attraction I would have. You know what I mean? Like, I would not be on here being like, oh my gosh, you're so hot, or whatever, and sending you money or some shit. Like, no way, man. You killed people. You hurt people. Ain't no way that I think you're attractive in any sort of this case. So, whenever I see people doing stuff like that, I'm just like, you have to be a major loser. Exactly, personality traits. Hello. I don't know. I just think people who do that, I'm just like, you have to be a major loser. You are a loser. Straight up. I'm just like, that is loser behavior. I have to see how they are. Of course, like, you can have that like initial like, oh, this person's hot. You know what I mean? Like, you can obviously have that initial, ooh, this person's good looking. But then you find out how they are. You find more, you know, about them, and then, you know, from there, that's where it like determines if the attraction is still, you know, on or not. So I was like, I would imagine if you found out somebody was not, you know, if you would find somebody who was a murderer, that would turn you off. But people were like getting turned on, and I was just like, I don't get it. Boggles the mind. Yeah, it boggles the mind. Speaking of, okay, I'm sorry, but this is like a different. Wait, did Bunny Garden 2 come out yet? Oh my gosh, Bunny Garden 2 did come out. Some girls be like, please murder this. Okay, I'll stop. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to find this back some kind of lost. We were talking about some true crime stuff and how I'd never get how people could find serial killers hot. Because I'm just like, why? Oh my gosh. Guys, did you hear about Bunny Garden 2 coming out? It looks so good. Bunny Garden. You never heard of Bunny Garden before? Basically the first game is, it's like a romance adventure game or whatever. Where you get to go to like a bunny girl bar and like get served by like, yeah, it's been out. I completely forgot about it. It's been like a month since it's been out. I completely forgot. Wow. Designed for gentlemen of pure hearts. I don't know, but everyone looks so cute. And the new girls also look cute as well. Oh. definitely gotta put this on the playlist. But then again, I wonder if it's okay to stream this on YouTube. The outfits in this version seem definitely more risque. You know what I mean? It seems more risque than the first game. So I don't know if this would be safe to... I wonder if it would be safe to play. I don't know if it would be safe to play on YouTube. Though, to be fair, they do offer this game on the Switch, so can't be that bad. Have y'all heard? Have we heard of what? The... Oh, you mean the hantavirus thing? Well, I sure heard of that. Yeah, I've definitely heard of the hantavirus. But it seems that it's contained for now. Hopefully. I don't know. All I know is that very much personally, I don't know. Personally, I can't imagine. Personally, I don't know if I could go through another pandemic, y'all. I'm being really blunt. Especially with the job that I have. I mean, the job that I have has to be an in-person job. I don't want to lose my job, you know? Oop. We are so fucked. I don't know, man. All I know is that I can't handle another panoramic. I can't do it. I can't. I'm sorry, man. Some people might have enjoyed the first one. Like, it's weird seeing some people enjoying the first one because they were in isolation or whatever. And I'm just like, look, as somebody who's a homebody, like, I did not like the pandemic. Because there's a difference between having a choice to stay home and having to stay home out of safety, not because you want to. Like, I stay home because I want to stay home, you know, or whatever. I don't stay home but having to stay home because going outside and communicating with other people can be dangerous is annoying. Bird flu? Yeah. But I definitely don't want to go through anything like that, you know? Wait a minute. Bunny Garden 2 also has DLC? Whoa! I didn't know that they had DLC. Wow, these outfits are really nice. They have a Kaukini. That was kind of a blur for me. COVID? Yeah. They have a reverse bunny outfit. Yeah. I mean, how do I say this? Like, I definitely remember it, but it's just been a while. You know what I mean? And so I think because of what people had went through, it's also a case of like just forgetting that. Okay, we're definitely going to have to stream Bunny Garden too, but I just don't know if I want to stream it on YouTube. I mean, I don't think my previous Bunny Garden streams have been bonked, so I think it'll be okay. But... oh well. Add to the wish list. Haha, I get all the dad jokes. Oh, wait a minute. This is a game. Oh my gosh, this is the same studio that came out with that one game. Oh, I see. Looks like this is a usual MO. I'm dying. I don't know if I can save you from all your bad dad jokes here. Aw, thank you for the follow. Sorry, I was just going through all of these random video games. Wow. Then again, I wonder if Steam is gonna have its magical sale yet. Summer sale. Oh yeah. Though it might be some time before we get a Steam summer sale. If I think about it. I'll have to keep an eye out for it when it comes out. Lately, I keep an eye out for. So lately, I really do want to switch too, though. Summer sale, but it's not a boat. I really do want to switch to. You know what I mean? Well, one day I'll get it. One day I'll get it. Someday. One day. But not today. But they did raise the price of the Switch too, though. I saw the price went up and I was like, yep, it's starting. I mean, I'm not surprised, honestly, that the price went up, but... man, was it annoying. Rip. I know, right? I mean, you guys saw that though, that like the price went up too, right? Mm. I was just like, no, come on, that's no fair. I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Well, it can't be helped. It's not to be helped. This is also why I curse all those stupid people who use AI and shit like that. I'm like, this is exactly why we're here. Prices of parts are going up. And of course, the situation in the Middle East isn't helping. Things are gonna get a lot more expensive in the upcoming months. All we can do is continue on. All I can do is continue on and try my best, but... what time is it? I think now this would be a good stopping point. My mind is starting to wander, and I should relax a little bit before I head on to bed. But it was nice to catch up with everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by stream today. I hope that next week I can give more proper streams. Though next week I work on Saturday. I hate how my IRL obligations are getting. But we'll have to see for next time. Alright, so I am going to end stream now. But once again, I hope you guys all have a lovely week this week. If you're somewhere where it's hot like I am, make sure you stay cool and hydrated. If you're somewhere where it's cold right now, make sure you try to stay bundled up and warm. And I hope you guys have a lovely week. Alright, I'll see you guys soon. And as always, I'll see you in your dreams. Bye bye!